boys riding bikes along the streets. For you to know, they are students from Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, who work and travel in the U.S. In general, they have 2 or 3 jobs. Thus, unlike other tourists, they don't have luxuries to go to the beach during the day. So, some of them prefer swimming in the ocean at night, which is much more invigorating. Galena used to be one of those students who rode the bike to enjoy the beauty of the ocean at night. And this evening, she will share a true story that happened to her while she was doing that. Olga is the name of the protagonist of Galena's adventurous story. It illustrates that night swimming may be very thrilling and exciting. All you have to do is just let yourself be spontaneous. Let's listen to Galena's story, Dancing with the Waves.
Toastmasters. Fellow Toastmasters, this story has happened about 5 years ago. My friend Olga was a first-time traveler to America. She came from Siberia. Brrr. This fact alone tells us that Olga is a tough character. Indeed, Olga worked 3 jobs during the summer, and since she was highly occupied during the day, she decided to enjoy the beach at night. One night, she took a bike ride from home to the beach. She left her bike near Days Inn Hotel and put the key in the pocket of her shorts. The night was peaceful and dark. Olga looked around the beach. There was nobody there. Then she gazed at the clear sky, embellished with diamonds of different sizes. She raised her arms in the infinity of the universe and stretched her sore body. It felt unbelievable. After that, she took a full breath of fresh, salty air and exhaled with ease. It was a moment of liberation. She didn't have to work as a housekeeper. She didn't have to mechanically move people's groceries through the cashier register. How are you doing, Pip? Having a great, Pip? Have a nice day, Pip. How are you doing, Pip? And finally, she didn't have to grin all the time. At that moment, Olga was hypnotized by the dancing waves that freely and constantly moved. She wanted to dissolve into the nature, so she ran, naked as a jaybird, into the enticing waves. Soon, Russian mermaid forgot about the existence of time. Finally, satisfied and tired, Olga came out of the sea foam. She didn't have a towel, but she knew exactly where she left her clothes. It was in front of Days Inn Hotel. She looked for it. To her surprise, her clothes and the bike key were not there. She looked more carefully. She searched everywhere. The clothes disappeared. Olga was petrified. Imagine that girl, dressed like Eve, by herself, 2 miles away from home. What would you do in this situation? Remember, Olga is from Siberia. There are no beaches in Siberia, and there are no trucks that drive along the beach to pick up all the waste left by tourists. Olga didn't know about the trucks, but she noticed the lights moving away from her at about 300 meters distance. It didn't take long to figure out what happened to her clothes. Adrenaline energy rushed into her legs and she started to run as fast as she could towards moving away truck. Her pulse was racing and sweat dripped on her face. She had to slow down to catch her breath. Whew. After about 10 minutes of sprinting, Olga's body trembled from exhaustion. It seemed impossible to make it. Suddenly, the truck turned around. Olga's eyes widened. She covered herself with some leaves found on the way and waited for the truck to approach closer. Hey! Oh! Какая купалась в океане! Вы забрали мою одежду! Well, you can ask Elena for the translation. She is not neophyte in Russian. When the truck driver saw Olga screaming at him, he was startled, but oh yeah, absolutely. He was more than happy to help her. Thanks God. She found her clothes in the trunk. But, oh no! The bike key were missing. Unbelievable! The key got lost. Of course, Olga had to find it to get her only transportation back. It was a half of a mile path where the tiny key were buried, somewhere under the sand. Olga felt like a pearls diver. However, the truck driver was a helpful fellow. They were searching for the key together and finally found it by sunrise. A new day was awakening, same old hustle and bustle. Olga slowly pedaled home. The truck driver finished his duties. Only the pink waves were still dancing under the rising sun. Mrs. Toastmaster.